James Robinson wrote Why Nations Fail. James Robinson was given Nobel Peace Prize for economics last year. James Robinson said so many countries know what to do to be prosperous and refuse to do it. Example of such nation is Nigeria. He said it openly, but nobody listens. Nobody learns. Because it's a country of the unlearned. It's a country where those who are incapable of learning have become teachers and destroy the country. We must take back this country and rebuild it for our children. Bako, thank you for your book. We will continue to celebrate you. Thank you for listening, for coming to be part of this launch. But know that you must be part of this vanguard. It is not about who is president. I'm not desperate to be president. I'm desperate to see Nigeria work for our children. God bless you. Like you mentioned, Singapore didn't have anything. They offer service. And today, they have all it takes. They don't even have land. They don't even have land. To expand their port now, they're trying to expand their port because there's no way they can expand the port. You know what Singapore is doing now? They're borrowing huge money to do their new port under the sea. Because that's where they can find space. Meanwhile, we're sitting here talking about election. We're voted for, we're not voted for, carrying talks, breaking people's head, paying price, doing this, wasting everybody's time. Our children can live with this. Saying congrats to Professor Bako for putting up this book that we're launching today. When I came in and listened to what Professor Bako was saying, it's something he has always said. And it's one thing that everybody who share and understand global development will tell you about. Nigeria, Africa is not a poor, Nigeria is not a poor country. Africa is not a poor continent. It's a very rich continent. Nigeria is a very rich country. Unfortunately, has become capital of poverty. The big irony. A continent like Africa, second biggest continent in size, second biggest continent in population, with all the young productive age that will drive the world, have become capital of poverty in the world. And when I listen to the resources, and what he concluded and said, they are going to negotiate. What is Ogoni people going to negotiate? The government should be thanking them for coming up with an idea that will turn around the place. You don't need to negotiate. You don't negotiate what you have. I've said it. It's not just Ogoni. The entire Niger Delta deserves apology for wasting their resources and wasting everybody's time. The entire country is rich. I'm not talking about just natural resources. We have it everywhere. Even those who don't have all it takes. We have empty land, all cultivated. Forget about what is underground. Today, little tiny country like Netherlands is with water is 41,000 square kilometers of land. Without water, it's 33,000. Every year, they export agricultural products or related 120 billion euros, about $130-something billion, more than 3 times what we earn from oil. They are just 33,000. We have our biggest states today, Niger State, with fertile land, with everything, is 76,300. It's 2.5 times the size of Netherlands. I'm not talking about what is under. The land is there. It can make all the change. So we have everything. God gave it us for free. Tiny countries like Israel is feeding themselves and exporting agricultural products. Israel is just 22,000 square kilometers. Sambisa forest area that is giving us problems, 60,000. That's 3 times the size of Israel. We're wasting everybody's time here. And we must dismantle it and make it work for our children. We can't go on this way where we are being, our resources, our country is being mismanaged by incompetence. People who lack capacity and compassion. All of us, this is not just pointing the finger to anybody. All of us need to recheck what we're doing. This soil, this areas and everything, if you go to Niger Delta today, the land is destroyed. They have nothing to show for that destruction. And nobody's appealing with them, and they're talking about negotiation. Negotiate what? When the whole place is filled with this. We can't cultivate rice just to feed. They say price of rice, this and everything. Third world countries like Bangladesh is today producing 10 times the amount of rice Nigeria produces. Bangladesh. The entire Bangladesh is 148,600 square kilometers. That is the size of our two biggest states. Niger at 76.3 and Borno at 70.8 is almost 148,000. And Bangladesh is producing 50 to 60 million tons of rice, and we can produce 10% of that. Go to Sri Lanka, go to Ethiopia, they are living off tea, they are living off coffee. You can grow that in Mandela. We have Taraba, 54 point something thousand square kilometers of land. With all that, we're not getting anything. So what went wrong here? Why are we wasting everybody and hurting our young people? Yes, there's criminality in the north. There's criminality everywhere. But my dear, it is mass poverty. The more you put people out of poverty, the more you reduce criminality. It's natural way of fighting it. And what we have it here, it is there. God gave it for free. We have talented young people who have the drive. But people like me, in elite conspiracy, have refused the country to move. They're not talking about religion, they're talking about tribe, talking about nonsense. Is there any tribe that buys bread cheaper in this country? No. Is there any religion that buys food cheaper? So why is all this? It is time to dismantle this criminality and get the country to work for everybody. And that's what we're saying every day. Let those who have oil, we will help them. Restructure it. Like he said, tax them appropriately. Let people keep what they have. We organize the country. Even if we're not going to do it tomorrow, let's plan it for tomorrow. In order to get the place to work and be productive. Like you mentioned, Singapore didn't have anything. They offer service. And today, they have all it takes. They don't even have land. They don't even have land. To expand their port now, they're trying to expand their port because there's no way they can expand the port. You know what Singapore is doing now? They're borrowing huge money to do their new port under the sea. Because that's where they can find space. Meanwhile, we're sitting here talking about election. We're voted for, we're not voted for. Carrying talks, breaking people's head, paying price, doing this, wasting everybody's time. Our children can't live with this. It's totally unacceptable. And the young ones, you should be thanking people like back home. Your Majesty, I know you desire negotiation. We have passed that stage. They should be begging you because they reaped what you have. It was destroyed. They should be the one coming to you to say, we are sorry. Not the other way around. And I've said it. We're going to apologize to the children of this country. We're going to apologize to everybody. If I have opportunity, I will apologize to everybody for having wasted their time. In a country where everything is there. I had opportunity that I conclude. I was just talking to a general, a retired general. I came from his house to here. I said, sir, I read a book, Growing Apart, by Professor Lewis of Johns Hopkins. It's a book about Indonesia and Nigeria. How two countries, where Nigeria have more resources, grew this way. And that took me to go to Indonesia early this year, met from the ministers to the president to discuss that. They won't come and listen to you. You're talking about taking it to government. They won't read it. Now that they're not here. Every other place, they would have been here.
Right. Why nations fail. James Robinson.
MC, I'm sorry. I have to take a picture.
I'll bend this.
Forgot to mention.
Thank you very much.
So we have to bring Your Majesty, the Ghana. Where is the DVC? The champion. The champion. Champion, I'm very grateful. Not mentioning you means I didn't do well.
Prof.
He's coming.
No, we don't know. We will see. No, we don't know.
Yes, what kind of So we unveil this book, praying to Almighty God that this group will go a long way in contributing to better development of Bonimo, Niger Delta, and our country, Nigeria, so we can build a better place for our own children and all Nigerians to help in managing our resources to the glory of God.
Peter Obi don't shoot another shot again. This is serious. So serious. Peter Obi say, you get strong. Man, you just drop your whole bomb. Small, you dey drop am. Can you imagine? Only the Sambisa forest alone, where these kidnapper, where these bandit Lakurawa, all these people, Boko Haram, different groups, this forest where they are operating enough is even enough to feed at least half of this country. It's bigger than some countries in Africa. All those small countries with less than 30 million. You can imagine the size of their population. Is it because our country is too big? That's the reason why we are not able to meet up to the standard, why we are not able to solve our problems. Is it because of our population? Is population our problems, or we just lack the visions? The leadership ideas is not there. The skills is not there. We are not being able to give people, the competent people, opportunity to rule the country. Which one? Because we are not being able to elect the right people. Peter Obi say about election. People are progressing. We are still talking about election, rigged elections, now the ballot box, fight, break each other's head. That's what we are still talking about. People are talking about artificial intelligence. People are talking about different technology. People are talking about many things that you cannot even imagine. Some African countries are doing well, yet we are the giant of Africa, where we cannot boast of anything. That this is what we have done. That is the reasons why they are calling us the giant of Africa. I don't see any of those things. In terms of technology, we are not the number one leading in Africa. Kenya still come before us. If you talk of schools, we far from Africa. In terms of schools, we are not number one in Africa. When you talk about good healthcare hospitals, we are not number one in Africa. But when you talk of the biggest in Africa, we are number one. Agbero, the countries that produces the numbers of Agbero, number one. Criminals, Africa, this and that, all those thing is Nigeria. But when it comes to the standard, the development, it comes to this leadership, the standard, the development, then you cannot count Nigeria. Why? Because we are not even ready. Because people do not. I don't know. We have a lot of problems in this country, and we have a long way to go. Just imagine yesterday what happened. We were quick to respond to Cotonou to invade their country. Yet, our problem is here. We cannot even solve our problems. And we still need foreigners to solve our problem or to tell us what to do before we can do all those things. It's because we are not serious, or we don't even see those things as a problem. It has become part of us, our ways of life. It has become part of us. We are very easy to adapt to any situations. Everybody just move on. They don't care. It happens now. Everybody move on. Thank God it's not me. Thank God it's not my family. Until it happens to your family again. Nigeria, one state in Nigeria, Niger State, Peter Obi always say, or rightly said, is enough to feed the country. If we truly want to work for this country, the ungoverned areas in Nigeria is more than the governed area in the country. Why won't you have this level of insecurity? Why won't you have this level of out-of-school children when now the schools are being closed to close down school because of bandits, because of insecurity? Those places, what happens? Is it that people are relocating out of those villages, affected ones, so that they can go to a neighboring city, cities, they can go to school, do other things? Since insecurity is stopping people not to go to school in that area, in those villages, in those communities, definitely the same insecurity does not allow them to go to their farm, to go to their farms, to do their personal businesses there. If government schools can be told to shut down, what happened to your personal business? Shut down too, or you are risking your life. So we have a lot of problems. We're not talking about now. Imagine with this level of insecurity, this failure of this government, people are still campaigning for them. People are still thinking, or they even started campaigning. That's even the annoying part of it. Can't we just, I don't know, can't we just give opportunity to people who truly understands what it means to govern? People who have the ideas, people who can actually deliver, people who are passionate about this, people who are not desperate but to see the country work, who are not desperate to be a president, to be answer the name of a president, but desperate to see the country work, who has what it takes. Yeah, we try to, I don't know. And people are very happy seeing this country collapse like this. People are very happy. Because the more the country goes down, the more it collapses, the more opportunity, the more money they make. But if the country gets better, the more you pull people out of poverty, the more you reduce or you solve the problem of insecurity. As we're talking about this, go to the north. And those ones said that one is even the annoying part of it. Every negative thing you could think of are all from the north. By now, I don't even expect any northerners to come to say they want to contest election. They want to be the president of the country, because they have failed many times. Hopefully, they're not even supposed to come to say they want to contest. I don't know. Now, out of school children from the north, the same. I don't understand. You're giving them power from the beginning. From the beginning, they give you power to develop, to transform. You cannot even use that power to develop your region, to educate your region, to create jobs for your region. All you could do is you just want to be in power. This producing children in order to take over the population of a country, to always win election, to debate that we have the numbers and whatever you want, we are going to be all those things. Because that's how it is now. Because all the northerners, people like 30, 20 years who has never been to school, they grew up to be what they met in environment, what they see that people are doing in environment. That's what they were interested. That's what they will be doing. That's what they will be doing. And sometimes when they say they import people out different countries because of that election, yes, they imported, but hey, the people in Nigeria, I mean, the citizens of that region are more than the one they imported. That one is a fact. Do you understand? I'm on. So how do we have a country like this, and how do we move this country forward when you cannot educate your people, you cannot create jobs for them, you cannot, I don't know, no schools, no education, no hospitals, everything is just collapsing, no production is going on, everybody cannot go to school, fine, create jobs for them. It's not everybody must not work in NNPC, right? That's why this farm, if you can create, if you can go into farming, then people are happy to come in. They are making money. After all, that's where your skills, that's where you can able to use your skills. Now, we are not creating, we are not producing, we are not going into farming. The insecurity, they are even taking over, not allowing people to farm. Everybody must not carry gun. Everybody must not be a professor. But those who are professors do not have job, who are not professors do not have job, who do not even go to school do not have job. Those ones that do not even go to school, they don't have formal education. So what do you want them to do? They carry guns. And we are talking about today now reasons why the country is not going to get better anytime. So we say we have a serious leader like Peter Obi, who will do a lot of things to start putting this country, putting people out of poverty. Otherwise, now imagine schools have been shut down, right? People you fail to educate today, now they will be the problem of a country. By the time these people terrorizing the country now, they will get old some days. Tomorrow they will get older. Once they are old, they are not able to do this. Now they are already recruiting children. We see a lot of videos where they are training their own children how to handle the guns, because you see them, there are no school for them. They don't care. How could you just give birth to children you cannot cater for? And that's where the problem starts. Everything, the north and the leaders, if the way, that means to say, would have been in deep shit problem if the way the leaders of the northern leaders, governors, the way they handle this country, if the southeast if they have decided to do the same thing, or they are not taking it upon themselves to say, no, we can't be like that, that means this country would have been a problem. Just imagine what is going on in the north now. The rate of out of school children, unemployment, everything you could think of. This Amajiri children. Just imagine it's the same thing with the south, the same thing with the southeast. Just imagine what would have happened to this country. Everywhere you go, you see unwanted children everywhere. People who are not supposed to give birth, they are giving birth just because it is easy, just because there are many. There's no hope for them. No, now we need to change things in this country. A lot of things. We need to go back to the root. Anyways, please share this video and follow for more.